All right, we're live. It is the 13th of March, 2021, Saturday. Regional tornado outbreak is now underway across the southern Texas panhandle and west central Texas. Let's go ahead and get to the most important news. We've got a large tornado on the ground. Even that's repetitory. A large tornado in progress a few miles west of Happy, Texas. We're seeing video right now. It's a pretty big tornado. Looks like a cone or a wedge. Regardless, tornado in progress. This is going to be a storm moving northeast at about 40 to 45 miles an hour. This is going to be 16 miles south of Canyon, moving northeast at 40. Those of you in Canyon, this should stay just to your east. Just to your east. But if you were anywhere along Interstate 27 in Canyon or east, you need to go ahead and take your safety precautions immediately. If you are in Palo Duro Canyon State Park, this is going to be something that may threaten the Palo Duro Canyon State Park. This is going to be reportedly a large and dangerous tornado. Okay? So, large, dangerous tornado about 4 to 5 miles west-northwest of Happy, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Have a second tornado warning for a storm east of Nazareth on Highway 86. Strong rotation crossing 86 about 6 to 7 miles east of Nazareth, or probably a good 10 miles west of Tulia, moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour. This is going to be a storm that could threaten Happy. So we've got these things lined up like bullets coming down a train track. We've got storms that are going tornadic, and they are generally, yeah, we got problems. So again, big tornado west-northwest of Happy, reported to be a wedge tornado. So this is a situation in which we could have a longer-lived major tornado in progress, about 4 miles northwest of Happy, moving northeast at 40. Those of you in Canyon, this should stay just to your east. Those of you in Happy, this should stay just to your north, but we've got another bullet coming up the train track that could also produce a tornado. This tornado could cross Interstate 27 between Canyon and Happy, and then threaten Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Okay, this looks like a pretty big tornado. From what I'm seeing, this could be over 1/2 mile wide. So again, this could be down for a while. The good news is this should stay south of Amarillo. Those of you in Claude, over to areas between Groom and the east side of Amarillo, this thing's coming your way at about 40. This storm's likely going to be crossing Interstate 27 and Highway 87 in the next 10 minutes. Again, large and extremely dangerous tornado in progress right now. 2 miles northwest of Happy, Texas, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Second storm is going to be capable of producing a tornado in a similar environment, so this thing could put down a large tornado too at some point. This is going to be about 5 to 8 miles east of Nazareth, or about 10 miles west of Tulia on Highway 86. This storm could threaten Happy in about 20 minutes. Happy, you've got a big, bad, and very mad tornado in progress just northwest of town. You could have another tornado coming up very near town in the next 20 minutes. We have additional thunderstorms firing up farther southwest to Hart and Alton. These are also being monitored for low-level rotation, but at this point, they do not have enough low-level rotation to produce a tornado. We do see that velocity couplet northwest of Alton. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That storm could go tornadic, and just like the rest of these storms, pass just a little farther east, or just right up like a train on a train track. So, again, I'll tell you what, we've got a problem, and this is a big, bad, very mad tornado in progress just northwest of Happy, Texas. Moving northeast at 40, it'll be crossing Highway 87 and Interstate 27, a few miles north of Happy, in the coming minutes. So this is not a good situation. Let's go ahead and check correlation coefficient. Oh man, we got a debris signature too. Look at that. When you get debris signatures in the panhandle, you definitely got problems because there's not that much to hit. So we've got a tornado debris signature. That's what that is. This is a large and extremely dangerous tornado. Certainly capable of producing significant damage and a threat to life and property. And this tornado is going to be passing about 2 miles southeast of Og, or about 3 to 4 miles northwest of Happy. So that blue donut you see right there, that is going to be your tornado debris signature. That is the radar detecting something that is not a hydrometeor. That's not a raindrop. That's not a hailstone. That's not ice. It's picking up what could be pieces of fences, pieces of telephone poles, agriculture, even structures. So as we switch over from the debris mode to the radar mode, you can kind of see we even have a donut showing up in the radar data. That is because this is such a large tornado, there's a bit of a, I hate to say, a cone of silence. Essentially, the precipitation is being wrapped around the tornadic circulation. In the middle right there, there's a lesser amount of precipitation or debris, and that is what is causing that little donut hole. Now let me see if I can get this to show up. Now it's not showing up as well on this product, but looking at my other high-res radar, we've got a radar velocity signature of about 130 knots. So there's probably a good chance this tornado is capable of producing damage that would fall in the EF2 plus category. So if this hits something, we're going to have problems. So again, major tornado in progress now. 4 miles northwest of Happy, crossing Highway 87. It's going to be crossing Interstate 27 in the next 5 minutes. About 5 miles north of Happy. No one, and I mean nobody, should be on Interstate 27 or Highway 87 right now. If you know any commercial vehicle drivers who are in this area driving along the interstate, you call them and tell them there is probably a mile-wide tornado coming towards Interstate 27 right now. Don't be anywhere near that. Storms farther southwest. This storm west of Tulia also intensifying, could produce a significant tornado at any time as it moves northeast at about 40 to 45 miles an hour. Watching additional thunderstorms develop farther south. These all are going to have to be monitored for the potential of low-level rotation and producing tornadoes. At this time, they are not severe, and we are not seeing signs of them producing tornadoes. We do have severe thunderstorms around Odessa and the Permian Basin. These storms look like they could have quarter to golf ball size hail, wind gust of 60 miles an hour as they move northeast at about 35 miles an hour. These do not look tornadic at the moment. Conditions aren't as favorable farther south in the Permian Basin as they are further north. That being said, we're going to keep an eye on them closely. For now, the main story. Well, we got a tornado warning southwest of Dumas and a tornado warning up by Stratford and Cactus. So, yeah, we've got a regional tornado outbreak in progress. Strong rotation several miles northeast of Cactus, moving northeast at probably closer to 40 to 50 miles an hour. This storm could impact areas of Highway 15 between Stratford and Groover within the next 20 minutes. No travel advised on those highways there. Have a very strong velocity signature. That's honestly probably a tornado right there. Look at that. Very strong velocity signature showing up southwest of Four-Way. Generally going to cross Highway 287 near or just south of Dumas. This is going to be a situation where folks in Dumas, you need to take your tornado safety precautions. It's going to be lowest floor, center room, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You cannot shelter in mobile homes. Mobile homes get lofted easier than a hot dog gets eaten at Wrigley Field. That's nothing against mobile homes. They are great, affordable places to live, but they do not handle severe weather well. Tornado moving northeast at 35 miles per hour could impact 287 between Highway 354 and the south side of Dumas in the next 15 minutes. Seek shelter. We have a very large, extremely dangerous tornado in progress with a debris signature about 5 miles north of Happy. We're going to switch back over to the how hard it's raining mode. You can see that hook echo wrapping around the tornadic circulation. See rain coming down the rear flank downdraft coming back around. We're going to switch over to the correlation coefficient. You can see that blue donut. That is the radar detecting debris. That is not raindrops. That is not hailstones. That is pieces of fences. Could be telephone poles. Could be whatever this tornado is hitting. But this is a big tornado, folks. I'm seeing pictures. And this thing could be a mile wide. So this is one of those traditional Texas Panhandle tornadoes that, you know, you've seen videos over the years on YouTube. This is one of them. Take it seriously. All right, it looks like it may be becoming a bit rain-wrapped, but this is a big-time tornado. Those of you in Palo Duro Canyon State Park, this is heading your way. If you are on the east side of Canyon, from the interstate all the way to Palo Duro Canyon State Park, this is heading your way. Based on the possibility, this is a long-track tornado, and the supercell at least is going to stay around for a while. We want to start warning folks further downstream. If you are in Washburn, if you are in Claude, if you are in Conway, if you are in Pullman, if you are east of Amarillo, if you are west of Groom, heads up, this is a storm that has a mile-wide tornado in progress right now, moving northeast at about 50 miles per hour. It is entirely possible this storm still has a tornado by the time it reaches Interstate 40 in about 40 minutes. All right? Southwest, we've got a potentially tornadic thunderstorm west of Tulia. Now, this one doesn't show as strong of a rotation signature as the big, bad, mad tornado further north, but this thing still is capable of putting a tornado down at any time. So those of you in Happy, this is the storm that could threaten you. So keep an eye on it. Happy, you're probably about to get some hail from this thunderstorm. Canyon, you're getting heavy rain, maybe some hail. The mile-wide tornado is going to stay south and southeast of town. Here's the latest radar signature. Tornado crossing Interstate 27 right now. This is going to be a big, bad, mad tornado. Let me go ahead and try and turn on the road labeler. This is going to be Lawrence Road at Interstate 27. Tornado right now crossing Interstate 27 at Lawrence Road. Switch the correlation coefficient, a massive debris signature. So, folks, this is a tornado that's been down for over 10 minutes now. This is apparently a long track, potentially violent tornado in progress. This is not one of those tornadoes that's going away anytime soon or stays down for only a few minutes. This is a tornado that could stay down for quite a while. So those of you downstream of this need to take serious precautions. Radar signature is now indicating a 170 knot couplet. Folks, it is entirely possible we are looking at a EF3 to EF5 tornado right now crossing Interstate 27 at Lawrence Road. This is north of Happy. This is south of Canyon. This is a tornado that is now capable of producing the kind of damage you see from... Well, you know what? Back in the late 90s or so, I believe, it may have been the early 2000s, we had a big tornado impact Happy, Texas. This is north of Happy, but this is a tornado capable of producing similar damage. It looks like now we have multiple significant tornadoes in progress with this storm. This is a supercell that is cyclical. It has produced multiple tornadoes. We're receiving reports that there may be multiple tornadoes in progress now. The velocity signature is frankly off the charts and indicative that we have a major violent tornado in progress. In fact, I'm going to do something here I haven't done in a while. Let me go ahead and set it up on my stream software real quick. We're going to take a look at this is what the radar looks like on my higher resolution data. You see that circulation? This is just east of Og, north of Happy by several miles on Interstate 27, about 7 miles north of Happy. This is 140 knots, folks. That is about 155 miles towards the radar. That's 40 knots, about 45 miles an hour towards the radar. So 155 plus 40. 195 mile per hour gate-to-gate couplet. You want to see the debris signature? That blue donut right there, that is not hydrometeors. That is going to be pieces of debris. We just got a new radar scan in. We're going to have to wait a second for the velocity to come in, but I want to show that before we go back to our typical graphical display. Good advice, if you don't have to travel between Lubbock and Amarillo right now, I really wouldn't. As we have multiple tornadic supercells trying to fire up, so best advice, do not go between Lubbock and Amarillo for at least an hour on Interstate 27. Alright, violent tornado now has moved east of Interstate 27. We continue with a massive couplet, massive debris signature. Okie dokie. That's what it looks like on our graphic system that we typically show. It is now north of Lawrence Road, moving north-northeast towards the state park, Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Switching back to the reflectivity, that donut hole, that's the tornado, folks. This tornado is probably a mile wide, moving north-northeast. It's going to cross 217 east of Canyon. If you are in, for some reason, watching this in Palo Duro Canyon State Park, you need to find shelter now. It's too late to go west out of Palo Duro Canyon State Park on 217, by the way. The hail core is already over the highway. Big time tornado going to cross 217 in the next 15 minutes. Okay? We need to go back north and take a look at the other storms we're dealing with. We'll go north to south. Looks like the tornadic storm southeast of Stratford is now east of 287. Potential rotating circulation is going to be crossing Highway 15. Let's get an exact distance for you. We'll say about 13 to 15 miles east of Stratford in the next 15 minutes. All right. Going further south, strong winds, potential tornado crossing Highway 287 near Dumas or just south of Dumas in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Do not be on 287. Other strong to severe thunderstorms will be moving into Amarillo shortly with the potential for 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts, quarter to golf ball sized hail. This storm, it's a textbook supercell. It's the kind of storm you'd see in radar in meteorological atmospheric science education books, frankly. You've got your hail core to the north of the tornadic circulation from Canyon east on 217. You've got a classic hook echo east of Interstate 27. And that little donut right there. I'm going to turn the smoothing off. You can kind of see it. The donut, folks, that's the tornado. And then the velocity couplet right there. It doesn't get much more defined than that. Switch to correlation coefficient. You can see we've got debris being lofted. That's the blue. And there's even the potential we might have a satellite tornado just north of Lawrence Road, about 2 miles east of Interstate 27. This is a supercell that has produced significant tornadoes, and as of about 5 minutes ago, the storm was producing multiple tornadoes. A large, violent tornado over 1/2 mile wide, if not larger, and then a satellite tornado rotating around the primary tornado. We've got reports of overturned vehicles on Interstate 27. The circulation is moving towards Lake Tanglewood. If you are in Lake Tanglewood, this is a situation with a large, violent tornado in progress moving your way at about 45 miles an hour. This is not a situation where this tornado is likely to go away anytime soon, and frankly, if the tornado did dissipate, it's just as likely another one would take its place within moments. This is a situation where we've got big-time tornado, and it's probably going to stay that way for a while. Now, let's go back south. I want to make sure we don't have a stronger velocity signature. We do note a third tornado warning now. Thunderstorm supercell capable of producing a tornado with a hook echo. Let me go ahead and we'll do some animation. This storm's going to pass very near or just south of Happy on Interstate 27. The hail core is just south of Happy right now. Potential tornado south-southwest of Happy, northwest of Tulia, moving north-northeast. It'll cross Interstate 27 in a few moments. Got a supercell capable of producing a tornado near Hart. My apologies, my radar program decided to overload itself. Got a possible tornado developing near Hart on Highway 194 that's going to be moving northeast, again, passing just east of Nazareth, moving west of Tulia. One moment, please. I'm multitasking. So again, we're dealing with multiple tornado warnings this afternoon. A tornado outbreak is in progress across the Texas Panhandle and West Texas. We have multiple storms capable of producing tornadoes, and we have a large, violent tornado in progress now northeast of Happy, moving towards Lake Tanglewood. Just got a report of a funnel cloud near Hart, Texas, with tail end Charlie tornadic supercell. Let me go ahead and turn off that. So again, let's review. Multiple tornado warnings in effect from just east of Stratford down through Dumas, south of Amarillo to near and north of Tulia, west of Crest near Hart. Storm near Hart has a funnel cloud, could drop a tornado at any time. That's moving northeast in a hurry. Storm north of Tulia approaching Interstate 27 near Happy. This storm is showing increasing rotation. It could put a significant tornado down any moment. Supercell with a large violent tornado in progress. Donut hole on radar that's going to be very near, let me tell you, frankly. Let me see if I can get that to work. That's Interstate 27, East Cemetery Road, about 1 mile south of Interstate 27 and East Cemetery Road. Let me tell you how far this thing is right now from 217. 5.5 miles south of 217 at Eastern Street. It's going to be Eastern Street. It's going to be Highway 217. Down here's Lawrence Road, and this is Interstate 27. That wasn't very nice. Stop it. Oops. So, as we switch back over to the which way the wind is blowing mode, I think you'll be able to see it pretty clearly. Very strong velocity signature indicative of a long track, violent tornado. Moving north-northeast at 45 miles an hour. Have a new tornado warning now. This is going to include portions of Armstrong and Randolph counties. This tornado warning does not include the city of Amarillo. Does not include any part of the city of Amarillo. This tornado warning does include Lake Tanglewood. This tornado warning includes Highway 287 from near the I-40 split to just west of Claude. So again, big-time tornado, still in progress, potentially a mile wide, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. It'll cross 217 between the Interstate 27 and Palo Duro Canyon State Park within the next 10 minutes. This thing is serious business. It's already flipped multiple vehicles on Interstate 27, and we know there's damage west of the interstate just because we have a debris signature. In fact, I'll put up the debris signature again. It's not as evident now, which is good, but that might only be because it's moving over a sparsely populated area. Folks, I'll tell you, the video I'm seeing just not good. Make sure we don't have any live streams coming in. And by the way, we're only talking about the most intense storms. That's not me trying to snub anybody. That's just the fact we're trying to focus on saving life and property at this point. This is a situation that could easily kill folks, so we're paying close attention to the most serious storms. If we're not talking about your storm, and you have one nearby in West Texas, the Permian Basin, or the Panhandle, assume it could produce quarter to golf ball size hail, winds up to 70 miles an hour. Okay, we're going to go on south into the Permian Basin. I'm going to look at those storms real quick. Multiple severe thunderstorms moving into Midland. Potential for quarter to golf ball size hail, winds up to 70, and blowing dust. We noted dust storm warnings in effect around Midland right now. Tornado warning just northeast of Hart, west of Tulia. Storm's going to be crossing Highway 86 within moments east of Nazareth. We note there is the potential of a developing tornado there. Good velocity signature. Tornadic storm crossing Interstate 27 now between Happy and Tulia, moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour. That could put a tornado down at any time. Big, bad, mad tornado continues about 3 miles east of Interstate 27, 4 to 5 miles south of 217, moving up towards Lake Tanglewood, and eventually 287 between the I-40 split-off and west of Claude. We note this storm has produced multiple significant tornadoes, including multiple tornadoes simultaneously, and I mean, that's probably going to continue for a while, folks. If any of you are familiar with the Pilger tornadoes in 2014, it did that about 10 minutes ago, it looks like. So that's a serious, serious storm. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing damaging straight-line winds and a tornado now crossing near Dumas or just south. The good news is this looks more like a straight-line wind situation versus a tornado, but we can't rule one out, and frankly, damaging straight-line winds or a weak tornado can produce the same kind of damage, and we have the potential of a tornado crossing over, let's just go ahead and say Highway 15, about 12 miles east of Stratford. So that's where we're at right now. We're going to be busy for a while. Now, I am going to... Alright, so this is a situation in which we're dealing with multiple tornadic supercells. We've got interactive weather radar on our website at texasstormchasers.com/radar. You can view for your local area just to keep track of the storms. I am going to spend just a moment and look over some data. It's just me, myself, and I, so sometimes I have to do some housekeeping. Oh, looks like we are streaming live video. That's good. Alright, I'm going to do real quick. My apologies, I am doing some housekeeping. So sometimes you're just going to have to stare at my big bald head for a minute and deal. It's not ideal, I know, but alas, it's sometimes what has to happen. Okay, so in a minute I'll pull up a live stream from our storm chaser, Jason Cooley. The entire team's out in that area, by the way. We're going to have video of this thing, or we should. Later. Obviously, everyone wants to see stuff now, but our chasers are too busy, trying not to get hit by big mile-wide tornadoes. So, all right, we're going to push this live real quick. This is a live stream from Jason Cooley. I don't know exactly where he is, but I do believe he is moving towards this tornadic supercell. But just want to show that real quick. I'll keep an eye on it. Back to the radar. Let's go back into our main concern right now, and that's going to be this tornadic supercell just southeast of Amarillo near Lake Canyon. And I'm going to pull up the velocity signature while I do some more housekeeping. You can see we actually do have two tornadoes. First tornado appears to be the new tornado developing just south of 217 on the west side of Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Tornado number 2, which has been the big mile-wide tornado that caused significant issues on Interstate 27, about probably a mile or two southwest of that. We've got a tornado now in just north of Hart, Texas. Just got a picture of that. So we're going to go ahead and head down to Hart real quick. We've got a tornado in progress right now. If you follow us on Twitter, we're retweeting those pictures. For those of you using our free mobile app, you can just click on the rapid update or real-time update button. You should be able to see most of those pictures too. We do have a tornado south of Nazareth now confirmed. And that should pass just east of Nazareth, stay west of Tulia, but that's going to be crossing 86 shortly. We've got multiple major tornadoes now just south of 217, 3 miles east of Interstate 27, going to be a problem for the eastern parts of Lake Tanglewood, Timber Creek Canyon, and then eventually we're going to be dealing with this as it moves up to 287 between Washburn and Claude. Absolutely no one should be on Highway 287 between Claude and Amarillo. Let me rephrase that, say it again, listen carefully. If you know any commercial drivers or anybody who might be traveling, absolutely no one should be on 287 between Claude and Amarillo for the next hour at least. This is a situation where we've got multiple significant tornadoes. When I say significant tornadoes, I have little doubt some of these have been EF3+. In all likelihood, we're going to have those still down when they cross 287 in the next 30 to 40 minutes. We don't need anybody getting killed in a car because a tornado hit them on the highway. Alright, stand by. One moment, please. Sorry, I'm multitasking. It has to happen sometimes, especially when you're trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I'm going to press that. See if that works. That works. All right. Let me close that out. Close that out. Oh, that might not be working. Okay, so yeah, what I think we have going on with the cell over Lake Tanglewood, east of Canyon, southeast of Amarillo, is we have a cyclic process ongoing. One tornado dissipates and another forms in its place. Like I said, might happen a few minutes ago. That is what I think is happening, and in all likelihood, we now have the new dominant tornado on 217 moving up towards Highway 287. That being said, if you look at the velocity, we still have two tornadoes there. I mean, we're only looking 2,000. We're looking at 900 feet above the surface. You're pretty much looking at the tornadic circulations right there. Two tornadoes, both significant and probably going to be long-tracked, at least the new one. So again, we have confirmed tornado south of Nazareth, north of Hart. That's west of Interstate 27, west of Crest, west of Tulia. Developing tornado possibly just southeast of Happy by about 5 miles. That's going to be moving northeast. That could impact Claude in about an hour. Multiple significant tornadoes with this thunderstorm several miles east of Canyon on 217, the west side of Palo Duro Canyon State Park, moving up towards Interstate 40 and Highway 287. When I said nobody should be on 287 between the 287 and 40 split in Claude, I meant it. Nobody should be on Interstate 40 over the next hour at least between Pullman and Conway. Conway is right here where Highway 207 is. That goes down to Claude, north to Panhandle. Nobody should go west of there for at least an hour. And then at that point, we're going to have to see what these storms further southwest do. Have additional storms developing down by Crest, Plainview, Hales Center, over to Idalou and Rawls. Those are not severe at this time. We've got what looks like a squall line, or at least a small line segment of thunderstorms capable of producing quarter to golf ball size hail, winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour from near Crane to east side of Odessa to Midland. Those are moving east-northeast at about 40 miles an hour. Could also have a lot of blowing dust. Have a confirmed tornado now at the Swisher-Castro County line at 3:57 p.m. at FM 1414. Which I assume is going to be this storm right there. Alright, have a tornado warning now for Armstrong and Randall counties. I assume that's for this storm. It is. It's going to be a tornado warning for western Armstrong and eastern Randall counties. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Happy, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. This is going to be a threat to Claude. Sorry, doing housekeeping. Alright, so my apologies. I'm just taking care of a little housekeeping real quick. It's me, myself, and I. So sometimes I have to multitask and look at a couple things. All right, folks, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back by 4:10. I'm going to take care of some business real quick, and we'll be right back. So we'll be back by 4:10. Jason Cooley is streaming live storm chasing videos. He approaches these tornadoes over on our YouTube channel. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers. But I'll be back with coverage in about